I laud everyone, I appreciate everyone who goes out of their way to find the latest technologies that they can apply so that they can achieve or they can become successful. They go from one place to another looking for the best, the most effective ways in which they can be successful. But the problem is that there is a danger of falling into lies. There is a danger of being hoodwinked. When we are looking for things and we want to find the easiest, the most harmonious, of course, and of course we also want to find the things that do not cost us something. I will never forget a scripture in the Bible where David said, I am not going to make a sacrifice to my God that costs me nothing. Guess what? The same thing applies to success and achievement. It's gotta cost you something. Stay tuned.
Welcome to the Life Signatures podcast with Lawrence Namale. Lawrence is a life coach, author, and keynote speaker who loves to tackle different topics on purpose, productivity, and resilience. His mission in life is to awaken all your boundless possibilities available in you. Life Signatures podcast is dedicated to bring to reality every single person who knows that deep down in their gut, there's got to be more to life than this. And now, here is your host, Lawrence Namale.
So if I asked you, after you've succeeded, hopefully, if I asked you a question, what was the cost of your success? I am 187% on point and sure that you're not going to tell me it is a secret. I am 187% sure that what you're going to tell me was the cost of your success, the cost of your achievement, was something to do with what I've been discussing in these episodes. You see, I've been discussing the advent of the secret and the law of attraction that people used in 2006. It was introduced to us in 2006 and told us that you need to visualize, you need to think, you need to have a wavelength of thinking, you need to have passion in your thinking, and you need to think positively. Think of what you want, whom you want to become. Visualize the kind of person that you want to become, the kind of relationship that you want to have, the kind of money that you want to have. Visualize that stuff, And that's good teaching, by the way, because what you have in mind normally becomes a reality only if you do the things that I've been telling you to do. What I've been saying is that the secret is one part of the equation, but there is also another part of the equation, which are the things that I'm calling the costs of success. So what we said, number one, is that if I tell you about the secret and I stop short of telling you that the secret, or for you to be achieving, you'll also have to expend blood, sweat, and tears, I'm lying to you. Because you can visualize, you can have these things on the screen and on the vision board and so on, which is beautiful. But if you don't work, they will not happen. If you don't work, it's not going to happen. That's the first thing. And we discussed that in the previous episodes. And then the second thing that we say that if you have all these things in place, but number two, you do not obey the natural laws and processes. In fact, you do not have this inkling that the natural laws and processes and principles have to be in place also, that you cannot circumnavigate this using the secret, it's not going to work. I mean, you only realize too soon that there are seasons, that you need to be patient, that there is aspects of time and timing that have got to come into place. You cannot use the secret against time, against seasons, against timing, against rules and regulations, against the natural laws of the universe. That's something that you've got to put into place, into consideration. And then number three, we say that if you are not a man of purpose, if you're not a woman of purpose, there is no point of applying the secret. In fact, you should apply the secret to enhance your purpose. You've discovered whom you are called to deliver. You've discovered what kind of human being you are, what your mission in life is. Then you can start visualizing the extent to which your purpose is impacting the universe, the extent to which you're making contribution into this world. You start visualizing those things. You start thinking about those things. You start having big things, big thinking about those. Because you already have the foundation of the visualization. You already have the foundation of the thinking. You already have the foundation of the thinking and the feeling. You feel the impact that you're creating on the face of the universe, because the foundation is your purpose. The foundation is your mission. The foundation is your vision. But let's say you don't have the vision, you don't have the purpose, you don't have these foundations. What in the world will you be doing with the secret, with the law of attraction? Why will you need it? You get my point. The life you get without purpose is the most useless life that you shouldn't even live in the first place. And you only realize that too soon, or maybe too late, to change a thing. So start with purpose, start with mission, start with direction in life before you can move on with the law of attraction and so on and so forth. Now, yesterday in the podcast, we said that if I tell you to use the secret and I don't tell you about systems and processes in terms of your personal systems and processes on a daily basis, I mean, what time you wake up, what time you sleep, what do you do to contribute towards your mind, what do you do to contribute towards your spirit, your business, your relationships. I mean, if you don't do anything about your mind for that particular day, if you're not disciplined enough, you don't have systems and processes in place that you are applying on a daily basis, I mean, you can sing about the secret and the law of attraction all you want, but it's not going to work. That's a guarantee. And I said yesterday that if I was to choose between the secret and the law of attraction, and on one hand, and I was to choose between that and systems and processes on the other hand, I would rather choose systems and processes than choose the secret. And I will also advise you to do the same. And I say that I would rather have these systems and processes in place, because when I do that, I don't even need to worry about my thinking. People normally worry about those guys who are following the secret. They worry about what kind of thoughts that they are thinking. You're worrying about the kinds of thoughts that you're thinking because there's nothing you're doing. But when you're applying your mind to do some things, you don't need to worry about negative thoughts coming into your mind. Why would I worry about negative thoughts coming into my mind when I'm writing my book and I want my book to be a bestseller? It is easy to have these positive thoughts coming in my mind when I am doing something about my gifts, doing something about my talents. That's how it goes. But today we're talking about the cost of achievement. Number 5, even as we come to a close of this mini-series. What is the cost of achievement? When you have achieved something, what did it cost you? David said, I am not going to give a sacrifice to my God that cost me nothing. It has got to cost me something. In other words, there's got to be my involvement in it. When I come to your life and tell you you're going to be successful, and at the same time I am not putting you in the success equation, that you are not involved in it, your involvement, your presence is not in there, I'm lying to you big time. Your involvement has got to be there. Anything that is sold out there, and we see it a lot, things to do with shortcuts. They tell you your investment, just invest this $2,500. That's all you need to do. You don't need to worry about where the money is going to go. I mean, your involvement is not needed in there. Every end month you're going to get 25% of that 2,500 for the next 1 year. That is going to be your money. My friend, run from that kind of a thing, from that kind of a proposition. If you really wanted to be successful, you've got to be involved in the success equation. You've got to be involved in the process. Yes, I know. There has got to be some place for residual income. There's got to be some place for income that comes when you are not applying yourself. But what is the foundation for it? What is the foundation for it? You know, when you're doing investments, good investment managers will tell you this: don't invest something you're not willing to lose. In other words, don't put something that you are investing, which is the main thing of your life that you're depending upon. I mean, the investment that brings you residual income should be something that you are willing to lose. If you lost it, well and good. If you found, investments coming out of it, you're getting paid out of it, fine. But it's something that you're not feeling. In other words, the core of your life should be where you're involving yourself at. If you wanted to really succeed in life, get deeply involved in every detail of the success equation, every detail of the achievement that you want to come into your life. Otherwise, if you want to do one thing that is going to cause you to be successful and you are not involved in it, you will not be successful. So the secret said, of course the secret has involving. The law of attraction wants us to think, wants us to visualize, wants us to speak positively, wants us to have positive vibes around us and in our minds. And it says that the universe is conspiring with us whenever we have these things in place and we are thinking about them and so on. That's fine. But if I'm visualizing daily in crafting strategies that will make that business a multi-billion-dollar business, my involvement is paramount. When I talk about involvement, I'm not talking about just the woo thinking, visualizing part. I'm talking about my application in it, my working, basically. That's the shortcut, the long and short of it. The involvement of the human must be there in the equation of success and achievement. If the human is not involved in it, then forget about the success, forget about the achievement. It is not going to come into your life. It goes without saying. So, in a nutshell, those are the things that I wanted to discuss about the secret and the law of attraction. And let me just make a caveat here and say this. Yes, very good teachings in the secret and the law of attraction. In fact, some people will accede to that. They will say that, I loved the way it awakened my thinking. I loved the way it made me to stop focusing on negative things. I loved the way it taught me to gauge the kinds of feelings that I'm having in my life. I loved the way it taught me to have a vision board and to visualize the best life's coming attractions, like Albert Einstein said. I loved the way the secret taught me to imagine, which is good. In fact, the Bible says that God is able to do everything exceedingly abundantly above all that we can think or imagine. So imagination is an important aspect of life. But what I'm saying is that the secret came short of these other things that are the traditional nitty-gritties of life that you need in place for you to have success and for you to have achievement. It negated, number one, like I said, blood, sweat and tears. It wasn't taught a lot that you need to work, you need to apply yourself. Number two, it negated the fact that you need to obey natural laws and systems and processes. Number three, it was silent on a life of purpose. Number four, it was silent on having daily routines, systems and processes that you're applying, your discipline. And then lastly, it negated your involvement in the success equation big time. So apply the secret, yes, but also remember these 5 things and even much more. Until next time when we discuss something else, I wish you all the success that you're willing to work for. Until then, bye-bye. A special shout out to my mentor Jeffrey Howard of Visionary Business University, found at mastermindmentor.com, who has graciously provided me with the soundtrack and the introductory track to this podcast. Thank you, Jeff.
Thank you for listening to Life Signatures Radio. If you enjoyed today's show, subscribe to Life Signatures Radio on iTunes, Stitcher, or visit our website at lifesignatures.libsyn.com. Life Signatures Radio, fresh, clean, and inspiring.